tonight we do the last gig of this tour, the Latin America Tour 2014. Tonight we do the last gig with Laurie Lewis.
Laurie's departure of the band is sad. It's very sad because Laurie is unique. Her voice is, well, not from this planet.
Yeah, I'm very glad and proud to have been working with her. But she will continue to record the rock opera with us. So she's not really 100% out, so that feels good.
It wasn't really necessarily just opera that I was doing before I started singing with Therion. I was doing quite a bit of work with professional choirs in Minnesota and did a lot of solo work with them as well. But my experience of music prior to joining Therion was a little bit of everything, doing church music, doing choral music, doing more kind of traditional type things that weren't necessarily really opera. I've done a little bit of opera, but mostly that was when I was in college that I did that. So, but the reason I was actually inspired to join a metal band was because it's a very circuitous route, but it's all started with me losing a job that I was working. It was this one of these jobs that I had that was kind of like just to pay the bills, and it didn't work out in the end. And I made a decision to only pursue music from that point. And I said, this is all I'll do is just do music and do everything I can in the vein of music. And so I said yes to everything. I did so many different types of things. I sang with an a cappella ensemble. I sang with a jazz ensemble. I sang with a symphonic metal band also based in Minnesota called Español. And after that experience, working with Español, that's how I got the job with Therion.
What people don't know is that Laurie is actually very good in writing arrangements and writing songs as well. So she's kind of multi-talented, and she will work with us in this rock opera. The thing is that she will not tour anymore.
Well, it's of course mixed feelings. I want her to follow the path that she wants to go, of course, but I love her. It's very sad to see her go. She's such an inspiration, and Therion is a live organism. It's not just a band. It's a project, and it will go on forever and ever in different constellations. Like that, basically. I mean, the human body is every 7 years you have completely new cells in your body, and that's exactly what's happened to Therion. I mean, 7 years ago, none of the people in the band that are currently in the band is, so it's totally changed.
So yeah, I started working with Therion in 2007. It really didn't take any convincing at all for me to take that project on, because it was a really exciting, very exciting project, and it meant I got the opportunity to see the world, which is something that I love to do. I love to travel and I love to meet new people. That's one of my passions. So I knew that by working with Therion, I'd actually be able to do that. I didn't realize how much work it would be and how much work it is to be on tour. You don't really get to see a lot of places. You go to a lot of places, but you don't necessarily get to spend a lot of time at these places unless it happens to be that you're there for a concentrated amount of time, like if you're doing a video shoot or if you're doing like a week-long concert series. We did a couple things like that. And those experiences were always a little bit more memorable. Like I have very strong memories about Santiago, Chile because we've done a couple video shoots there. So for me, that place I have a very strong connection to. And it's purely because we got to spend more than 24 hours there, so.
Very boring that Laurie is leaving, of course, but hey, what should we do? Like, we cannot force her to be in this band anymore. But I hope all the best for her. And let's see what the future says, if she comes back or what happens, you know. And now we look forward to do the Sweden Rock show with Sandra, the new singer, and all about that. So. That's it.
As a band colleague, I think it's a negative decision from her not to continue with the band with live performances, because it's such a small chance to make it with a band. And it's such a privilege to do it. And I know she's going to regret it a lot, or at least miss it a lot. But as a friend, I understand her decision.
Sí, ¿cómo lo puedes ver bien? Toda la cámara principal.
Bueno, la verdad es que siempre es dura la partida de un compañero, ¿no? de un colega, de un compañero de banda. Y bueno, en este caso particular no es la excepción. Y además, bueno, Lori resultó ser una compañera excelente. Yo me acuerdo que, bueno, ya la admiraba antes de entrar a la banda, ¿no? Cuando la escuché dije, wow, qué voz que tiene esta chica y cómo canta. Y después, bueno, pasó a ser mi compañera. Nunca dejó de sorprenderme con lo profesional que es. Y bueno, todos saben cómo canta, yo no voy a venir a descubrir nada. Pero nunca dejó de sorprenderme como profesional. Y además, bueno, tuve el enorme placer de conocerla y de compartir muchas cosas con ellas, muchas giras y tal. Y descubrir que es un ser humano maravilloso y con un corazón gigante, así, muy siempre preocupada, involucrada en todo, humanamente hablando, una maravilla también, así que es una doble pérdida en cuanto a lo profesional y en cuanto a lo humano, pero bueno, por otro lado, esto es así, la cosa es dinámica, y bueno, ahora ella siente que tiene que abordar otros caminos, así que lo que quiero es, como todos mis compañeros, desearle lo mejor.
Hermanos aztecas, no hay mucho que agregar. voy a contar, no me pasó en ningún lado. Nosotros tocamos con in-ears, con auriculares aquí dentro, ¿no es cierto? Aquí me pasó que ustedes me están aturdiendo con los gritos. Gritan como nadie.
My plans for the near future right now are involve being with my family and my boyfriend and having a normal life, whatever that means. I have no idea what normal really is, but we'll find out. And also working at my job. I have a couple jobs. I teach at a small studio in Portland, Oregon, and I love it. It's such a great thing. They're called Resound Northwest, and we have some really talented teachers there, and I'm lucky to be one of them, working with people of all ages, all the way from age 5 up to 70. I think is one of our students is that old. So yeah, and then I don't really plan to leave the metal scene forever, since I know I'll still be working with Therion. So. Whatever that means. It might mean that I'll be just doing studio work. I'm not sure. And then as for this last concert, it was much more than I expected. I knew that we had a sold out crowd. I know that we had every single ticket that could be bought was bought, and I knew that people were going to be really excited. But it was so intense, and everyone was so into it. I felt like, sometimes when you're performing a concert and you go to a town and you look out to the audience, there are people who are kind of like, okay. But there weren't very many of those people there tonight. It was really very passionate audience, and everybody was really into it. People were jumping up and down and screaming, and even all the way in the very back, like the very, very back row, I saw people standing up there going like this, like dancing, and that was very cool. It's really fun to be a part of that, to see people kind of let loose and have a great time at a concert. Might be part of the reason why I do it.
I wish her all the best, because she's like my sister. It's like a younger sister that I never had. So, but with Therion, everything is possible. People come and go, and if she someday want to come back, we might welcome her with open arms.
She said you are her favorite Therion member.
She did?
Yes.
Who is my favorite Therion member? God. I can't pick one, because they all are very special and unique in their own ways. But if I had to pick one, it would be Thomas, definitely, just because he's just such a lovable person. And I mean, sometimes we call him socialbusse, which means like the boss of the social hour. He's always the one who's like putting together parties and getting everybody together, but he's a connector, and he's really good at that. And he makes good things happen for a lot of people. So definitely will miss Thomas a lot, and he's my favorite.
Wow, I'm so touched, because she never told me, and that's a good surprise. Our moments on stage that me and Laurie have is magical, and I don't think it's possible to copy that. So now, even if Laurie quit the band, I think the band deserves to go on, but in another shape and in another constellation.
For the future, I mean, it's a big difference to the situation now to how it was when Laurie got into the band. Back then, you always had to get a soprano from the classical scene and try to make her sing with a metal band. But now you have a generation of girls that are sopranos that grew up with symphonic metal. So there's actually much more to choose from now than back then. So when we found Laurie, we were really lucky because it was really difficult to find somebody who fulfilled the qualifications that we wanted. I'm not saying that it's super easy now either, but we have much more to choose from. So I'm very confident that we're going to be able to continue and do it at the same quality. Of course, you need to try it out live before you can fully judge.
And no, this is not the last time you're going to hear my voice, and I know I'll be singing quite a bit more. I don't know if I'll be singing on an international type level anymore, but who knows? We'll see. I'm not done singing. I'm certainly not done making music. And not forever. I plan to sing until I'm dead. As for favorite songs of Therion, I like a lot of songs, but I have to say I think one of my favorite albums, when I was first listening to the entire catalog of Therion albums, was Secret of the Rooms. I think that it's a really well-written album. I think that the songs come together very well. I think the lyrics, even though they're a little bit awkward in some places for singing, they are very effective in terms of, setting a mood. It's a very moody album. Something I'm going to miss about touring with Therion, obviously it's the band. It's the people that I'm working with. They've become my family. And that's going to be really hard. Tonight, there was a lot of tears. There were lots of tears on stage, a lot of crying. That's why my makeup looks like it does. because we were all crying. It's going to be hard. I'm really going to miss them.
I'd like to thank you, on behalf of the whole band, for great memories, great duets, and actually great farts.
No, that's you on.
That's you on, yeah. But Laurie, anyway, it has been a pleasure. I don't know really what to say. I'm touched, and if you someday feel that you want to come back, you're welcome, okay?
Cheer for.
So now, baby, Camilancinos de Mexico! Are you ready, baby? Are you ready, baby? Are you ready? ella baila y se cantan, ¿eh? Se necesita una poca de gracia, una poca de gracia por mi familia, allá arriba, allá arriba, allá arriba, allá arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Yo no soy marinero, yo no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán. Para subir al cielo se necesita una escalera grande y una chiquita y arriba y arriba. Y allá arriba por mi iré. Yo no soy marinero, yo no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán. You know, Lord, the party just begun. The party just begun. It will continue all night long.
Bueno, ahora lo que sigue es la rock ópera en lo inmediato. Si bien ahora tenemos algunos festivales de verano en Europa este año, pero bueno, ahora vamos a continuar con las canciones que hasta ahora lo que hemos venido mostrando en realidad han sido ideas aisladas de cada uno. Aún no hemos interactuado por una cuestión de tiempo. Entonces acá tenés la obertura que la hizo Christopher, Onda Tuner también, y después hay una Who Is Your God, que es una canción de Linnea, luego la canción de Thomas, también hay una canción mía que es Sad Ending, que es la que ejecutaban solos Thomas y Lori. Bueno, pero hasta ahora no hemos interactuado, hasta ahora son ideas separadas. La idea ahora es trabajar juntos, ya sea en el mismo lugar o vía internet, pero bueno, seguir con la historia, ¿no?
One last quote. I don't think there's really one last quote. I don't really believe in saying things like stay metal, which, okay. I mean, some people are really into staying metal, but I'm not necessarily just into being metal. I guess to me, I would say maybe stay true to yourself and follow your passion. I think that's the most important thing that we can all believe and do in our lives, because life is fleeting and you never know what's going to happen the next day. So you need to follow the passion that you have right now at this moment. And that's it. Thank you, everybody.
¿Y quién mejor que la raza azteca para presentar esta canción? Que se llama
don't forget to thank the crew who make this possible every day. If you had any idea what our crew have to go through to make these shows happen, you would probably ask for their address and send them money or something. They are worth every cent. The best fucking crew on the planet. Thank you very much.